press conference yesterday, you know who defended posting a video that was taken off social media that featured a doctor pushing very, very questionable and bad medical theories? Take a look.
The woman that you said was a great doctor in that video that you retweeted last night said that masks don't work and there is a cure for COVID-19, both of which health experts say is not true. She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from becoming religious.
Well, maybe she was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine. And I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients. And I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Well, if it's that easy to convince you of stuff, I got a bridge for you. That's ridiculous. And when pressed further, he abruptly ended the press conference and walked out. And the man has access to the greatest experts in the world. Why does he need a second opinion from this woman, Joy?
Well, let's be clear about something. This guy is touting a doctor who says that you can get ovarian cysts from dreaming about a demon, okay? Now, I can say right here on television, I have had ovarian cysts, and the only demon I ever dreamt about was some guy I dated in the early 80s. But, I mean, other than that, and possibly they were causing the ovarian cysts. What do I know? This is the doctor that he's touting. As opposed to Dr. Fauci, by the way, who was a renowned scientist who has an Ivy League degree. Okay, I'm just saying, this is what the country has come to.
I understand. And as ridiculous as this is, what is the impact of, once again, putting false claims out there, Sonny?
Well, you know, I think that it's very dangerous, especially to put out false claims when it comes to a global pandemic that we're dealing with. And he kept on doubling down on his defense of hydroxychloroquine. And we know that that medication is needed by certain people that are suffering from lupus and other things. And we found that when he first started that, people not only took it in various forms, and people died because of that and were severely ill, those people that really needed it couldn't get it. And so the fact that he keeps on doubling down on this, I think he even said something like, I took it for 14 days and I'm still here, begs the question, why does he continue talking about this? We know that the National Institutes of Health abandoned clinical trials of the drug in June, reporting that it was very unlikely to be beneficial to hospitalized patients with COVID-19. So when you have his own NIH notably distancing itself from clinical trials, why is the President of the United States still touting this and still pushing it? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Sarah, does any of this really surprise you at this point?
No, I was quite entertained by the doctor's musings, and it gave me hope that I too could have gone to medical school if I had wanted. But I think the big thing is that it is proof to the fact that fake news, misinformation can be spread so easily and so quickly by irresponsibly retweeting. Also, if you Google deep dive, you can find just about anything you want. You shouldn't go with a foregone conclusion. If you truly want to learn and inform yourself, learn from the experts and the scientists. Don't just cling to people and find a doctor that will say whatever you want, because the rest of what she said, I just want to know, like, what goes on in her head all day. It was highly entertaining, but super scary, all joking aside.
Right. Well, I mean, how many times do people have to hear it doesn't work? If it worked, people would be using it. And I mean all over the country, all over the world, people would be using it. Not one or two here or there, if it actually worked. I mean, just look at the numbers and forget what we're saying. Just do your homework. You know, there's some things that you should do and some things you shouldn't. You wouldn't give it to your kid if your kid got sick. No, you would find out what the doctor said you needed to do. That's what you need to do for yourself as well.